Nobody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor. Let's go ahead and get back in here. They are Steel Faith overhaul mod. Chaos, brand new, the Chaos divided campaign that we've been doing. So special thanks to Hudson for sponsoring this campaign. I really appreciate it. Anyone else out there that sorry, I just got done eating something and was finishing it up there, so I'm moving a little slow early on here. But if you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. I'm happy to set that up for you. Right now, it's just $15 for or $30 rather, for 15 episodes. Hudson donated more to have a full campaign where we meet all of the victory conditions. And if you're wondering, well, why don't I do that in general? The main reason is, like, a lot of people like to see, you know, kind of fresh campaigns over time. Is at a certain point, it's kind of a foregone conclusion with a lot of campaigns that you're going to win, you know, when you own like a quarter of the map. And so I usually just prefer just to move on to a different campaign at that point where we're pretty certain we're going to win. Chaos is a pretty good candidate for, you know, trying to run through a whole campaign just because you're never really like that much superior because you don't own territory most of the time. There is a little bit of territory now with this mod. But you're still always just going to have a couple of armies, and it's always a big deal if you lose. That's the thing in the main campaign. Once you get so much power and so much property, even if you lose your main army, it really doesn't matter. You just hire them back in like 5 turns anyways, and your legendary lord never dies. So, but with Chaos, you lose your army, you lose all of your buildings too. It's basically like they raise your capital city if they ever kill Archaon. So there's just always a huge risk, and you just never have a great economy. So you're always on edge. So you gotta always bring your A game to every fight. You also can't get alliances. You know, obviously you can't trade, so just always a big risk. There's their lord. They don't have a lord because it's the garrison, that's right.
Archaon! Ruinous powers rejoice! Chosen! Move fast! Honor the dark gods! Moving! Take this! Going!
Missed a little bit on that one, yeah. It's hard to get that perfectly straight line over time. But we did weaken them quite a bit there.
Fire the gods!
They don't... Okay, they do have a chariot over here, alright. Kind of waiting on him to heal up a little bit too. As
Seas of blood. My blade hungers.
Let's go and throw these in the middle here as well. We can throw them on the side actually over here.
Move fast.
Chase down these dogs. They've got those dudes kiting them now. It's rough.
Running! Chaos! Run it! God's bloody glory! Deliver slaughter! Archaon! Die in Archaon fire! Finches many glories!
They're gonna get kited out. Where are the dogs? Oh, they got caught up in combat there.
Archaon might to me! Exalted hero! The famished hero! Name your demand! Now's our time! Chosen!
Yeah, these dudes are just gonna die. Sucks, but oh, maybe if I have the dogs run these off, maybe not. How many are left? There's 13. Because they cause them to berserk. We'll sacrifice the dogs. Oh, there is. Wait, how is there a lord there? I didn't think there was one.
Chaos gods! Move fast! Wipe them out!
So it should regenerate a little bit here.
Chosen! Eye of the gods! For the masters! Slay every mortal!
I think the dogs are probably going to go down.
Tremble, mortals! Oh, Varg! God's bloody glory! Running! Move fast! Archaon! All will be destroyed! What? Kill me, man! They will! Get them!
How is this dude still alive? Like, what's going on?
Give us ruin! My magic is ready! Exalted hero!
It's like the luckiest dude ever, or what?
Chosen! Deliver slaughter!
Kill him? Okay, we got him. No, we don't.
Archaon!
Maybe everyone's just like blocking their way and the heroes couldn't get to him or something, I'm not sure.
You think I am not versed in the arcane? Ha! Reap their souls! Time
I'm not sure about the overcasted. Okay, it's not actually a hero, it's just these little dudes. It's their champions, that's what it is. Okay.
Chaos sorcerer! Move!
Hopefully the regiments of renown don't die here. They might. And we can get them back in like 10 turns if they do, but... Okay, everyone's going to die because it's a city, so we'll just let that go. How much? It regenerates 3 per second? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. It's about, it looks like it's about 3 per second. So not as much as the normal regeneration. Okay, and they do stack. So we're getting 3 per second, but we're also getting 4 per second with so it does stack with normal regeneration. Okay. So that would mean that something like armored trolls could still be really good. Potentially. I still like these guys better. These build into a tree that's a lot more useful. Because you can get feral manticores and normal Forsaken. Just the money's so hard. It's like at a certain point in vanilla, once you start getting all the discounts on specific types of units, then you can kind of like breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief. It's like, okay, I'm only going to be losing like 1,000 gold a turn, maybe 2,000 gold a turn. And the sacks used to be worth way more also, especially with Archaon. I think he used to get like 25% sack or something. I know in the vanilla, Azog does get plus 25% of sacks. Azog was getting some huge sacks, but yes, you're never really that comfortable with Chaos. I mean, we don't even have that strong of an army right now, and we're still looking at negative 2,000, and it's only one army. It's one army with like some okay units, but we still have dogs. We still have, you know, Chaos Warriors instead of Chosen or anything like that. So. Okay, who did we need to? We have already done that one again. I don't know if we need to reapply the research one. I'm not sure. We're going to start... I think I might go for the corn upgrade here. The horde growth is very nice. This one, I think, was one of the last ones, so we should still have time on that one. So I guess we can still go for this. It does reduce the cost on buildings a little bit, so it does save us some money. I guess we'll raise it for search. Okay, nice.
I'll have this world.
I think we are getting a lot of extra... because of the corruption. I think we're getting some extra regen because of the corruption.
I am the chosen of the gods.
So... we have a couple of options here.
Spirit of Morka.
So we do have 8 growth right now. So we could pop up to here. $200. That's a lot of armor piercing damage. I mean, what's that? It's 110 armor. 60 pierce, pretty good melee attack. We are getting upgrades as well on them. So we're getting upgrades. We've already got all the upgrades actually for Chaos Warriors, Chaos Spawn, and Chosen. We might need to go for this. Extra money off of raiding and raising. But this is going to be 7,000 gold. This is 3,600, so that's like 10,000. So we're looking at like 15,000 here for all of this. But that would allow us to hire more of these. Now these are 423 upkeep a piece though. And this dude does... yeah, 58, 40 melee attack, 54 weapon damage. I have Chaotic Crusade. That would also allow us potentially, for cheaper, just for 5,400. So that'd be 12,000 total and 10 growth. Which we're not there yet, but we're pretty close to 10 growth. That would give us Forsaken, which are only 368. They also have quite a bit of armor. They do get plus 10 versus infantry, though, so they would have 55 melee attack, 75 damage, 65 melee attack, 70 damage. Now notice if leadership's lower than 50 also, so if we stay healthy, if we keep our leadership high, we keep this bonus for longer. 10% weapon damage as well. Now they do have a little bit less armor, but we do have replenishment. These guys have this thing, which gives them extra weapon damage and armor piercing. So that's very similar to Frenzied. This doesn't give armor piercing damage, but now these can rampage, which is annoying that we can't control them. But they are immune to psych. They do have strong vigor. I think everything's going to have these same resists. These actually do have Chaotic Crusade as well, so they get the same thing. Now these have way less melee defense. That's the thing. These only have 20 melee defense. They do have really fast attacks though. So these have what, 60 pierce, 110 armor. So they have more armor, a little bit less melee attack. They cost more though. Melee defense is higher. Significantly higher. but less melee attack. I don't know, it's kind of a tough call, but this would cost 13 growth, so that's way long. It's going to take me a much longer time to get that. This, however, would still give us access to a Feral Manticore, which I'm not sure if we even want these guys, but they're okay. I mean, they do apply normal poison. Now, I don't know if that stacks with lethal poison or not. If it stacks, that would reduce weapon damage by 30% on enemies, which would be really good. Solid charge bonus. I mean, this would be another thing that could potentially help us out. First of all, it's flying, so we can constantly like cycle around, you know, cause terror by hitting people on the back line. We can tie up archers. You know, there's a lot of really good things for this. And this can also help us beat up lords by applying the poison to them to lower their damage. It's got flaming attacks as well, which is a bonus. Remember, whenever I cast fire spells, it gives everyone vulnerability to fire. So anything that has flaming attacks is solid. And then, of course, these guys have been performing amazingly well, and they're very cheap compared to some of these other ones. They're only 311, and these things are beast. They have double regeneration, unbreakable. They just do tremendous damage. Even against spears, they perform pretty well, like low-tier spears. So my question is that I'm coming to with all of this is, do I want to pay 7,200, so like maybe 12,000 here to grab these Forsaken, Manticore, and Chaos Spawn, which are all pretty good. We'd also get 100 more gold there, and 100, so we get 200 more gold per turn, and extra horde recruitment, so that could be handy. Or do I want to spend 4 to come over here and grab this, which is 2,700, and upgrade this tech so that we can hire one? Now I can do that instantly. Like, I could have that next turn, or the turn after that. It takes 1 turn to build. And then I don't think these cost any money, so then we could go down and we would eventually be able to get 5 of these guys. Now, I'm assuming it's probably going to be 12 turns for each one of these. But that would give us more Chosen Corn Berserkers as we go down, and they would eventually become cheaper, and we would get bolstered attack on everybody. Now remember, we can still get these guys even though we're devoted to Nurgle, or we could do any of the other ones. You know, we could do Nurgle, Zench, Slanesh. But I want to start getting these specialty units. So this is pretty good. It's about 15,000 gold. That'll allow us to grab some of these guys. Or we could grab one of these and get the corresponding upgrade. Now, I like these guys personally. Basically, it's 10% extra army damage and 4 melee attack. So that means we're basically giving up 5 melee defense and 6 melee attack for the Nurgle upgrade in order to get 10% weapon strength and all of those other Nurgle bonuses. So this kind of counteracts that a little bit because we get 4 melee attack for the whole army and we get 10% weapon damage. And these guys are really, really strong. You know, 100 armor, 40 stack of them, 60 base melee attack, 25 bonus versus infantry, so that's 85 melee attack, and then they have the frenzies, that's 95 melee attack, and if we activate this, that is 120 melee attacks. We're hitting every single time. And they get bleed damage, which is 4 damage to 5 entities per second, which would stack with the lethal poison damage as well. And we get huge vigor off of this. And we get 25% extra weapon damage off of this. So these guys are extremely good. So these guys are way better than Forsaken. They're more expensive. But in a siege, which is a lot of the most dangerous situations, we don't need large numbers of units. We need very elite, powerful units that can climb on top of walls or can sort of fight their way through the door. So we don't need swarms of units. We need, like, very elite, powerful units. And the fact that these guys, they also do get this blessing or whatever, the Chaotic Crusade, they cause terror, which is really nice. They do have a bit more physical resist, 10% physical resist. Frenzied, unbreakable. I mean, I think this will crush any other infantry in the game. Probably. Maybe the really high tier stuff. Now, they only have 30 melee defense as well. But I just need something that can just murder, like, spears and halberds, specifically. So that... Because these guys will take care of large units. These guys will crush horses. I mean, they get, like, 50 bonus against large. So these guys will take care of business against horses. A lot of them. Or dragons, or whatever, late game. But I need something that can take care of business on the infantry line. This does have a nice boost for the whole army. It's tough. I'll eventually get both because I do want some of these Chaos Spawn and I do want these guys. Now, Chaos Spawn are vulnerable to spears, though. They are very good against infantry, but they're also vulnerable against spears. These guys, not so much. So I think maybe I go for this.
You dare!
That is slightly cheaper. It's only 12,500 gold also. Let's go into channeling stance. Let's just combine these dogs. We're gonna have to save some money. We might just get rid of these marauders too. These guys feel pretty worthless. I don't think we're gonna need them. These guys are injured, but they're really good, so I want to keep them. We'll keep one pack of dogs, I suppose. Yeah, so let's go ahead, and I guess we're going to go with corn. Final question, is corn the final answer, though? These guys, I mean, they have nice weapon strength, armor. We would get double regeneration. The lethal poison does not stack, so we wouldn't get double on that. But we would have normal regeneration plus Blessing of Nurgle regeneration. We would have this Touch of the Plague, which is handy. They of course cause terror as well. They don't quite have the melee attack. Like, they can win long fights, but they just do not have very high melee attack though. I think we already have a lot of stuff. Like, they do have area attacks, though, which is interesting. These guys do not have area attacks. What's their melee defense is really high at 55, though. So these would be kind of like the clog it up type of stuff. They give everybody 5 melee defense, so no drawbacks there. And then extra vigor loss reduction. So these are legit. Like, those are pretty good. These guys... lower leadership, have a nice debuff that lasts for 30 seconds, which is okay. Perfect vigor is really nice. I mean, we're eventually going to get all of these guys, but these are out, I think. I mean, these are cool and everything, but I need power right now. Horde growth, faction wide. We're not going to be able to get to tier 4 for a while, though. %20 weapon strength. I mean, these have virtually no drawbacks. Like, we do have the speed is an issue. That's 18,000 gold for those. Wow. What are some... Okay, so... melee defense and physical resistance. Okay, charge bonus is a waste. It's a 10 charge bonus. Gives everyone defense. Gives everyone melee attack. It's tough. These decisions, I thought I had it all figured out, but every time I'm doubting it. Okay, so I want one of these. I think I've got it narrowed down. Losing the armor kind of sucks. 15 armor on everybody kind of sucks. And the charge bonus and speed don't matter. Like, the guys fighting are pretty good. I mean, 126 weapon armor piercing, like, that's good. They're probably pretty good. But the 10 melee defense and 10 extra physical resist. They have 20 physical resist also. That'll give them 30. Jesus, how does anyone ever kill them? 30% physical resist, double regeneration. They still do 75 weapon strength. That's a hell of a lot. Now, their melee attack is way lower, but... they have this explosion. Now, I don't know if that hurts everyone or just you. Affects enemies in range. Okay. So they have like this AoE explosion, which at least does damage and lowers vigor. And they have strong vigor. I think everyone has the strong vigor. Actually, they don't have strong vigor. Maybe I do go for Nurgle. An additional minus 10% speed for everybody. My units are going to be crawling, but they just look unkillable. They are cheaper. Wait, oh, they are cheaper because I have the 10% discount. Okay, maybe I just go Nurgle then. I had wanted to go Khorne. They do a hell of a lot more damage versus infantry, but these things, I just don't know how they ever die. Double regen, they're gonna have huge. They're gonna have like 60 melee defense, 30% physical resist. Strong vigor. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll go with Nurgle then. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab that.
I'll have this world.
And they are a little bit cheaper, so.
This world.
Attack, diplomacy.
Tribal Fury, straight to business. Where shall we raid next? The longships are ready.
I mean, I could do
Norska,
peace
always
with
ready
them.
for a headbutting contest.
Sorry, that's just, it's such a hard choice, which is cool. I like tough strategic choices, but sorry, I had kind of back and forth there. I mean, it's hard to decide.
Converge. Do the Kurgan and Tong come south? Yes.
These guys look kind of strong. I mean, I could befriend them, but
Hornin, I counsel's envoy.
okay, Boris is taking over all this stuff up here. All right. Well, we got to go burn some more stuff, so we're about to be bankrupt here soon. If the regeneration didn't stack, I may not do it, but Khorne does seem really strong, for sure. Okay, scaling confederated with Norska. Alright. Hey, thanks for the sub, I appreciate it. But with the double stacking regeneration and the 30% physical resist on top of the 5% ward save, 120 armor, I mean, what are you supposed to do to these guys to kill them? I guess you have to have just like a really huge monster that hits super hard on single entity. Maybe it kills him if it doesn't spread the damage out, like a duelist. Because there are only 40 of them, so they're gonna have like 300 health each, about. So if you pick them off one at a time, maybe.
Come before me, the Lord of the Anti.
Peace treaty? Nah, I don't think so.
Sirius eye guides me.
Heh. Nurgle truly cares for his followers, showering them with love and alleviating their pain and suffering. Oh, that's true. He gives them lots of diseases. He lets them heal through it. Okay, so yeah, that's about what I thought was going to go down. Where... Oh, you can get any of these. Oh, okay. I thought you had to get them in order. I may give them bolstered defense. Give everybody extra melee defense. It probably is like 5 or 10 defense. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Alright, we're just gonna go Flaming Sword. I really don't like this change where the upkeep costs a lot extra. I mean, I know they don't want you to spam, like, certain things. Just spam a bunch of wizards and just keep spamming, like, really good spells, but...
What?
Okay, let me scout with him.
Onward to destruction.
Okay, Sarl doesn't have anything. Okay, so we should be able to go kill Sarl.
Fool! Yes, brain corruption. Moving. It is decreed by me. My magic is yours.
Actually, let's not put him in that army. Maybe that's the key, is I don't put this dude in the army unless it's a serious fight, because that will save a lot of extra money by not having him in there. I mean, if I deleted him right now, I guess I don't need him. He's cool and everything, but really I just use Burning Head. So maybe I should just delete him. Because I've got Burning Head with, I mean, that's what I was thinking before. I'm so tight on money right now. He is a pretty good fighter, though, but, I mean, he effectively costs, with Archaon, he's going to cost 10% more when he joins me. So he's going to cost an additional 40, so that's like 440. And then he's going to make Archaon cost 10% more. So that's going to be another 100. So that's like, he's 540 gold. So he's basically the price of one more Nurgle minion that I could hire. I think I just have to delete him, actually.
Ready.
I mean, he doesn't, like... He's cool and everything, but... I don't need him. Like, I could just use spells with Archaon. I could just go into fire if I wanted to. I could just get Kindle Flame and Flaming Sword on Archaon next. I mean, there's nothing else super great I need to get. So... maybe that's what I should do. Oh, I can start getting these. Upkeep on Warriors, that'd be awesome. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I just get rid of him.
Tempests and fire.
Since I'm about to be able to hire Nurgle anyways, that'll pay for one Nurgle unit. So yeah, I don't know. There are some fights where I've needed him before.
My magic is yours.
Can we not replace him? Hello?
What?
Control P. Yeah. I think I have to do it to save money. I mean, the money is just so tight right now. I'm not even using Marauders. So, yeah, let's just go with Nurgle. Extra Vigor Loss Reduction is legit, too. We'll go all in on the Nurgle. It fits thematically also. It's kind of fun. Okay. So we're going to attack Sarl next turn. So we do have some overlap on the lethal poison, you know, and that's like, I hate overlapping, like wasting efficiency on something, but people ask me about Three Kingdoms too. I'm not sure when this is going to come out. Like, I'm trying to pre-record like maybe 10 videos of this because I want to make sure I legit just don't die, like in the first 10 episodes, because this is like a really close, tense campaign because of the money. Like, if you ever lose a fight, you're basically done. I mean, it's that way in normal Chaos as well, but this, like, the money situation feels much, much tighter. I don't know, like the corn, with the corn god, if I had pledged to him, we would get a lot of damage everywhere, which is really nice, but and the secondary thing, the 100% to rating would be really sweet as well for money generation, so 100% extra rating income is a lot, but I'm not raiding that much, as you can tell. I raid some, but okay, he takes 2 turns to hire. God, he costs 2,000. I mean, he is a freaking, like, mega elite unit, though, so his speed is 24. He moves slower than, like, a zombie, but I mean, that is relevant. He does have area attacks also, though. I mean, we'll see. I'm curious to try him out. But standing still for 2 turns is 8,000 gold to get one of these. Effectively. Alright, well, let's just hit him up. Now, how long do we have on these? We have 8 turns, so we need to keep the Zench one up so we can upgrade faster. Okay, we need campaign movement range upgraded. Raise. Only has 2 left. Nurgle only has 1 left. So we kind of need Nurgle, but the Horde growth seems like it doesn't matter as much right now just because I can't afford to upgrade anything. Okay, let's hit them up. I don't think they have much, right? Oh, what is that? Skinwolf Werekin. Is that... That might be a lord, I don't know. Well, we'll find out.
Unleash chaos! Bring them to ruin!
Yeah, we gotta fight it manually because we can't take a lot of losses here. Not everybody's a little bit slower too, right? Yeah, speed's down across the board. Speed is one of the weaker stats though. It doesn't affect combat. It's not your attack speed. Yeah, I probably should have just... Hopefully that's not a campaign-ending mistake, but I should have just dismissed that wizard right away. We just don't need him, and it's just so expensive. Like, if I didn't have that wizard, what was it, for the last 7 turns or something? He's cost me, like, 500 gold. So I would have had, like, 3,500 more gold. None of the fights were so close that I think that wizard determined the fight. So I would have probably much rather had the 3,500 or 4,000 gold or whatever it is right now.
Exalted hero!
We can have up to what, 50? Okay. It's possible I should get rid of the dogs too, but they're so cheap.
All will be despoiled.
I don't remember if they have dogs or not. We definitely want the halberds against the werekin though. Oops, those are 5 group.
Ready.
I don't know why they're running over into that corner, but... dudes waddling along. Speed can, I should rephrase, like, speed can be relevant against certain kinds of factions, right? Like, if they have a lot of kiting going on, like maybe the, like, Wood Elves or something, you know, it can be a factor. But in most fights, I just don't think it is. Not, like, I think that trading speed for melee defense and vigor loss reduction is a good trade in general. I do think the corn one is a pretty good trade as well. So they're trying to get this mountaintop to force me to fight uphill. You know what? I don't have to play that game. That's pretty clever of them. I mean, in this situation where you're trying to get a specific strategic location, that can be good too. We have a lot of vigor loss reduction, so we should not really ever be getting tired running around. So we're gonna come in this way. They love to do that, where they just kind of line up like that. I don't have anything to force them to come off of that hill. I guess with Archaon, I could throw a blast through them here.
My blade hungers.
We're not going to do the overcasted. Well, it is a bit more expensive, but...
Charge them!
really have to be on point with this aiming here.
The wings are mine!
That does give it a wider hitbox. Though I kind of goofed it up a little bit. Yeah, it's probably not worth. It costs so much more. Okay.
Move fast! I am Kingslayer!
Wow, it's still going though. I got some value out of it, but not a lot.
Archaon! You think I am not versed in the arcane? Ha!
Okay, they're coming down at me.
Ready! Move fast!
Oh, okay.
Yes!
Oh, we actually have to be careful because this dude is large, so...
Such unholy resilience! Now, my blade hungers!
We're gonna take him around, and we're gonna go try to deal with these axe thrower dudes.
Archaon! Charge them! The weakling nations fall! I control Zinj's gifts! Mortal fool, this is our time!
Ooh, I kind of blasted that right through my own dude. Is my aim really that far off? My bad, boys.
Eye of the gods, obliterate them!
Poison doesn't slow anymore, it seems. Lethal poison definitely doesn't slow, but I don't think that the
Chaos will reign.
yeah, they just cannot damage a lot of these units. Which is great as well because I can't stop for replenishment a lot of the time, so. Dogs by themselves aren't so great against some of these dudes, but like if they have, you know, a couple of my heroes running around with them, then they are pretty decent.
Undivided. Running. Nurgle's glory.
Now we are a little on the slow side, so it is going to be hard to run down a lot of units at like the end of fights and things like that. We got rid of our marauders, and all we have is one pack of hounds. But that's another reason I like to have like some hounds. So just like a really cheap version of cavalry that can do a little bit of cleanup at the end of fights, if it comes down to that. Yeah, we took virtually no casualties that entire fight. These guys took some casualties, but it's gonna be great because that buff's gonna wear off eventually. The huge replenishment rate buff. Pretty sure they're all gonna die. Yeah, these dudes kill the most, these axe throwers. That's why I was trying to hunt them down. Yeah, because these guys are just like almost never going to kill many people at all because we just have too much regeneration. Melee defense, all that stuff. I even threw a bunch of fire through my guys on accident. They're like, all right, whatever, it's cool, man. No big deal. Yeah, the longer the fight goes, the better it is for us. So I think we could actually win like some pretty decent sieges with this squad. Like just getting up into the rafters with Archaon. This dude's a pretty good little bargain too. Like he doesn't like kill a lot of things, but he's pretty good at taking out enemy lords, and he's relatively cheap as far as chaos goes. Okay, so we're almost out of Nurgle. We just replenished Zench. We kind of need this for horde growth, but at the same time, once again, maybe it won't be as relevant. I wish they would at least let me in camp after I burn something. Like, it feels kind of lame that I can't do that, that I can't hire anything or build any buildings after I burn something. I feel that feels bad, but movement speed feels like it's probably more important than Nurgle right now. We'll get Nurgle again here in a second, but we already can't use our growth. We still need a lot though, because you know, just to get the normal Chaos Warriors, it's still going to cost us, you know, probably 15 growth right now, and we just used 4 to get our special guy. But getting the 100 experience per turn is really good because we have like very few units that are elite. We want to get them over to rank 7 quickly, and of course we want this movement speed because every turn we can't move. You know, we're losing a lot of gold, so we're just always hemorrhaging gold. So I think we'll upgrade Slaanesh.
Unleash chaos!
Okay. I mean, it's totally possible we might just use a combination of, like, Regiments of Renown and our Nurgle units, like, in our main army. Okay. we could upgrade Flaming Head again. That would give us some magic. Cascading Fire Cloak. Don't need that. Kindle Flame would be interesting. Probably just go for Grand Marshal because we're going to need to hire a second army eventually. Remember, we do get 1,000 extra gold towards that second army. So the second army is effectively free to start with. It does cost us growth. And then how many of our units... Okay, these guys are already ranked 9, so I think they would benefit from the upgrade for them. These guys almost have it. These guys just got it. So Chaos Spawn, Forsaken, and Chosen. And then if they have any upgrades for our Nurgle units, we need to look. These guys will eventually get there. So what do we have? Legion of Doom. Chaos Warriors, Forsaken. So I think the Regiment of Renown will benefit for this, but I'm not 100%. So Chosen get it, Aspiring Champions, Chaos Warriors, Forsaken, and Marauders. Okay. So that is just for Chaos Spawn, Trolls, Giants, Dragon. Okay, so we're not going to be able to get Dragon Ogres. I know I said I wanted to go for the monsters. I can't. I can't yet. I will eventually. I'm going to try to, but it's just so expensive. Everything's so expensive. Okay, that pretty much sucks. Oh, that's where Dragon Ogres are. Is that Dragon Ogre Shaggoths? Okay, so those actually have some... Those are nice. Weapon strength, physical resist, and melee is great. Like, missile resistance, movement, and charge bonus sucks, though. This is pretty good. Weapon strength and melee attack is definitely legit. And magic resist in some instances. If you're against something that has magical attacks, then magical resistances actually does apply to those magical attacks. So that could be good against some higher tier type of units or wraiths or whatever. Okay, they buffed this a little bit. So now it's melee attack, melee defense, and leadership. Okay. I think I want this stuff, though. That's... Ward Recruit, which we'll probably have that soon. Chaos Warrior Upkeep is definitely real. So that could save us like 150 gold or something. Chosen, okay. We only have one Chosen, but he's very strong in these fights. +4 ranks. And then... Winds of Magic, Physical Resist, okay. Map wide. -10 leadership, -10 melee attack. That's really nice. And then 10% cooldown to all spells. Okay. 100%. I might have to choose one of these. I'm not sure. They might lock out. Either way, I think that's where we want to be. None of these buff up the specialty units, which they probably shouldn't, to be fair. Those things are OP. So my question is then, do I want to go for something like Flaming Sword, which could be very good, or do I just go for this stuff? I'll probably just go for this stuff. I need this right here. I need this cost reduction, because these guys are costing me 1,600 per turn, actually.
Are you a god?
+3 leadership, ORSIs. That's only when defending. Ugh. Why would they ever do that? That's gross. I guess I could put more points in training. I mean, 50 per turn, extra training. It'd be 100 per turn in training. Maybe that's pretty good. I think I want to get towards Deadly Onslaught, though. Okay. Oh, we've already raised Sarl. Okay, so that's why I couldn't
Northmen come.
get Sarl up here. I'm trying to, I don't know where the other tribes are that I can raise, but I need to raise 2 more tribes. Nefarlings. Okay. So I'm assuming then these might be Acelings. I could raise a tribe here, maybe. Okay. I think that's it. The Farlings are starting to like us. Probably not too much soon. Varg doesn't like us. Yeah, because these guys were named Yeah, bear soulings or whatever. So if the name doesn't match the current occupier of that territory, that probably means you can awaken a tribe there. So like this right here is probably a tribe. So that'd be 3. Nafalgiri Plain might be another one. Or Naglfari. So maybe I can... Naglfari is another one I could bring up. Okay, we're at 55 minutes. Okay, so that's probably going to be it for this episode. So we'll have to think about, do we want to raise up a tribe or when do we want to stop for 2 turns to hire the dudes? I think if I get into a fight where I'm injured after it, that'll be rough. That'll be a good point when I can utilize that replenishment. When I need to build a building, that would be a good point.
Catch me in a moment of less rage, creature. I may spare your soul.
Join the war. So they will start fighting these guys. I can't afford any money, man. Come on. You know me, dude. I spent too much money at the tracks this weekend. Don't declare war on the Skaven. I really hope they don't do that. No. This squad feels pretty strong, though. Like, I just have to move away from that paradigm of thinking I have to have a 20 stack in order to, like, be strong. And just move towards, like, you know what? If I have, like, 8 to 10 really powerful units, that might be enough, you know? Plus 20 weapon damage. Is that good or bad for us? It's probably bad. Because, you know, a lot of our strategy is predicated on, like, just longer fights and people not being able to kill us. But...
I am the chosen of the gods.
So what does this guy have? 13 units. I think I can still beat him.
I'll have this world.
Wait, who are they at war with? Kids live in Crocodile. Okay, so neither one of those is gonna play nice with us. Alright.
Syrian's eye guides. Kill them all.
Hopefully they don't have an army just sitting here. I should have probably scouted it first.
Punish you.
Okay. Yeah, they can't have walls. Let's do it.
Hail the slaughterer.
Okay, but that's going to have to be next episode. We'll get through. We might actually auto-resolve this. If it's going to give us odds that are that good, we might just not even waste time with it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and... Finally, a fight we don't have to take. I don't know why it decided that... that was one where we could auto-resolve, but... Okay, yes, so we can awaken that tribe. Oh, I guess dude got wiped out. Throg. Or Winterpire. I wonder if we could wake up Throg, because he's supposed to be his own faction. Winterpire.
There'll be a reckoning.
Let's go for that money savings. Oh, okay, we can... Oh, damn it. I thought maybe we had enough movement. We don't have enough movement. We could raid. Yeah, they don't really care if we raid them, I don't think. We could try to go liberate, Oh, these guys are stepping up, huh?
Despoil and ravage.
Nice. Okay, so our question is, do we go declare war on these guys first? We could wake up Varg also. Or do we go over here for Winter's Pyre? I think we go for Winter's Pyre. That seems easier. These guys should not really care that we're raiding them. They didn't care before. No. Okay, so we can raid for a little bit, and maybe on the way over there, we could pause for a turn and add one of these into the mix. Now, if we get this 6, that's going to be 8 at that point. We only have 6 possible to upgrade. If we upgrade one more, then that will give us a little more money, but also horde recruitment. And Lord rank, which could be pretty good. If we get one more, we can hire the Mirror Guard, dude. Is our next Lord. Okay, but that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. I'm happy to help you out with that. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Have a great day.